What's going on, guys? So the Jaguars had their home opener today, and they wound up losing to the Denver Broncos by a score of 23-13. It was a tough game, and there really wasn't a whole lot going for us. I'll kind of start with the offensive side of the ball. Now, it really stinks because Lawrence did not play very well. He didn't have a good game at all. When the stat line, he was 14 to 33, 42% completion percentage, 118 yards, one touchdown, and two interceptions. And it was disappointing out of Lawrence. He needs to get better. I know he's a rookie. I know there's a lot of things going kind of wrong around him, but we got to kind of put some, criticism where it's due. He didn't have a very good game. Of course, he's got plenty of more games to kind of turn it around, but it was a little bit disappointing game out of Trevor Lawrence today. You look at the receivers, man, just not a very good game by anybody. I mean, Marvin Jones, 6 receptions, 55 yards, 1 touchdown. DJ Chark, only 1 reception for 19 yards. Then Chenault, 1 reception for -3 yards is what they have him on the stat line. And Chenault just had a bunch of drops this game. It was not very good by Chenault. And then Robinson, 11 carries, 47 yards. He averaged a little over 4 yards per pop, which was a little bit surprising because it didn't really seem that like that during the game. But they did kind of try to get him going a little bit, although the Denver defense was just stopping us in a lot of ways, and it just wasn't all that good on that front. Now the concerning thing, the Jaguars' first play of the first drive of the game, 83 yards. Touchdown drive. They were converting third downs. It was awesome. We were all like, man, this is sweet. But the offense, that was the last time they ever saw the end zone. You look at it, it was a 83-yard drive. Then the rest of the game, the offense only had 106 yards on the game. It was bad. I mean, we were just hoping that we would come out and do stuff, but we never did anything. You know what I mean? It was just a pitiful performance by the offense. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't too surprised by our loss. Jaguars lost 23-13. I think I predicted the score to be 27-13. So obviously, they did better than I thought when it comes to the score line. But the thing that concerns me is that I think before the season, I highly overrated the offensive line and the wide receiver core. I look at this offense, and we're in year 2 of a rebuild, and I'm sitting here like, where are the foundation players? I don't know where the foundation pieces are. Our offensive line, the whole entire offensive line looks like replacement level pieces. Cam Robinson is going to be the last year of his deal. Our interior of the offensive line is pretty old with Norwell. We have Brandon Linder and AJ Cann. They're all kind of getting up there a little bit. I mean, they're not super old, but they're still kind of up there. And then right tackle Jawan Taylor is in his second year or his third year of his rookie deal, but it seems like we got to get better there. You look and some of the guys that we drafted. I mean, Walker Little, we spent a second round pick on him, and he's inactive on game day. The coaches are basically saying that, look, Will Richardson is better than him at this moment. And then Ben Barch, I don't think he's going to be all that great. And also the receiver core. Our best wide receiver right now is Marvin Jones, who signed a 2-year deal and is 32 years old. You know what I mean? I mean, we have DJ Chark, he hasn't been very good. He's not getting any separation, and this is probably going to be his last year on a team. Laviska Shenault is okay. He's a number 2 receiver, but what is a number 2 receiver if you don't have a number 1 receiver? You know what I mean? What's Robin without Batman? I mean, it's kind of holding the offense back in that matter. And obviously we don't have a lot of tight end. I'm looking at it, and man, it's like Trevor Lawrence and who else? You know what I mean? Who else out there can we really be foundation players of this offense moving forward? That's what concerns me. That's what concerns me, because I don't see a lot of players stepping up, making plays, and really doing a whole lot. So that's kind of the offensive side of the ball. The defensive side of the ball, C.J. Henderson was having a good game until he got hurt with a hip flexor, and then all of a sudden, it was a Chris Claybrook show. They were targeting Chris Claybrooks like crazy, and they were kind of, using and abusing him. I mean, Cortland Sutton wound up having 159 yards this game. He was just owning us. And the big concern about this defense is that we are not getting any turnovers. Turnovers are not being generated. No big plays. I mean, every time a quarterback drops back and throws deep, he is either 1, going to overthrow the receiver, or 2, it's going to be caught. It seems like those are the only things. The defense, they're just not getting their hands on the ball. They're not getting turnovers. And it's bad because, I mean, Trevor Lawrence has thrown 5 interceptions in these last 2 games, and those interceptions are setting those guys up in good field position. But on the other way around, the Jaguars just aren't starting a good field position. We're losing the field position battle, and analytics just show that, look, if you have better field position, you're going to wind up scoring. It's just the name of the game. So that's a little bit concerning from the defense. Overall, I'm not too mad at the defense. We were swarming the run when we had to. We got some good sacks. Then we had 3 or 4 sacks on the day. So it was better than the week 1 performance on defense-wise. There were some guys making some individual plays, but overall, obviously, you'd like to continue to see some more improvement. Josh Allen had a nice game. I think there's more foundational pieces on the defense than the offense. But the thing about a defense is, C.J. Henderson is our best defensive back, but he's kind of showing into this guy that he's getting injured a lot. He's getting a lot of different injuries. Last year it was a groin injury, then it turned into a shoulder injury, then now he's got this hip flexor thing. It's like, I hope he's not one of these guys that, because we have different players like James O'Shaughnessy, for example. He got hurt with I think it was an ankle injury, and it's like he's another guy that, he comes in, he does a good job. He has some receptions, then he's just hurt, and then I don't know. It's not good. You don't want to get these guys that are injured all the time, and hopefully C.J. Henderson doesn't turn into that. But so far, this is only the week 2, and he's already hurt, and he got sidelined for the rest of the game. So, that's kind of tough on that end. Now, the special teams unit, it was Josh Lambo. What's going on with this man? What is going on with Josh Lambo? 0 for 2 on field goals, and that really hurt us, man. I mean, we were down at the half 10-7, where Josh makes those, we should be leading the game. At the very least, tied if he makes one of them. And then it felt like it kind of hurt our mojo a little bit. We were down 10-7. Then the Broncos take their opening drive of the second half, drive it down the field for a touchdown. It was, gosh, what a nasty drive. What a nasty couple of field goals. And Josh he doesn't look like the same self, man. He doesn't look confident. I mean, that first field goal kick was embarrassingly bad. It was way, way inaccurate. Not even close. The second one was a little bit closer, but you could tell once he kicked that, it was going to be no good because you could see the upright and it was kind of leaning left. And we got to figure something out about that. I don't think he gets cut this week, but look, he is 0 for 3 so far this year on field goals. He missed one last week that was crucial also and set the Texans up in good field position. I think he gets another week, and then, you can't wait on these kickers to become good, and it would suck because we've gone through the kicking carousel a couple of times. It's not fun. You get a bunch of guys in here that are not good, and it happens. So hopefully Josh Lambo turns it around. He's a fan favorite, man. All of us liked him. He was on the 2017 team. We're rooting for him. It's good for the Jags. It's good for him. We're all big fans of Josh Lambo, but man, he's got to make them through. So also Logan Cook had a good game. He was booming some punts. I was really impressed with him. But the big thing on special teams was Jamal Agnew, man. The Jaguars signed him to a bunch of money. They spent a bunch of money on him. We didn't see him in the preseason because Urban Meyer said this guy is too valuable to our team. And we're all just like, okay, we haven't seen anything out of him. When are we going to see this? It only took 2 games for him to return a kick. And that return kick was awesome because a lot of times you see return kicks, these guys take it and they just run straight for a touchdown. Excellent blocking. This one wasn't. He was, zigzagging in and out. He was running around, doing all this stuff, and then wound up getting a touchdown. It was a really impressive touchdown return. And, big shout out to Jamal Agnew, man. Hopefully, Urban Meyer said they want to get him going in a punt game. He's really dynamic in that. But, yeah, good showing from Jamal Agnew, man. I mean, we've had a lot of kick returners come in and out of here. Nothing has had an impact like that. So, shout out to this guy. Now, on the injury front, looks like we had 3 injuries. Jags lost O'Shaughnessy due to an ankle injury. We'll see the severity on that. C.J. Henderson with a hip, A.J. Cann with a hamstring. All those guys were hurt. They did not come back, so hopefully all those guys are good. But yeah, there was really the first kind of injury sheet that was kind of filled up, and we're lacking a little bit of depth, so hopefully we kind of get these guys back. But yeah, the Jaguars lost 23-13. Thank you for everybody that was kind of in there during the live stream. I know I had fun. It sucks that we can't get a little bit more to get excited about, but we got excited kind of when we needed to. So next week, The Jaguars have the Arizona Cardinals, going to be a tough putt. They're coming in at 2-0, and they got a really dynamic offense. So we're going to have to do everything we can to, mitigate their attack. So, yeah, with all that said, thank you guys for watching. Go Jags, and I'll catch you next time.